And welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Ruben, and this is my review, sort of recap with minor spoilers, but I'm avoiding the big spoilers that I've been told that I cannot speak about until the episode launches. It's episode 5 of The Wheel of Time. I'm excited to kind of get you guys excited for episode 5. I did a sort of recap review for episode 4, and that was pretty much well received, bar a couple of niggles. So I'm going to try and keep it the same sort of format. I hope you enjoy these. Let me know what you are most excited to see for the rest of the series and these few episodes that we have, because it's 5, 6, 7, 8, which means we're now in the second half of the first season. But it kind of makes me sad, but also excited to see what they're going to do with the rest of it. So episode 5 should really be called Consequences, because it all plays on what has happened in episode 4. The big battle, climactic ending battle sequence that we had was like 20 minutes long, and it was fantastic, but a few of our characters died, and so we have consequences of that. We also have a couple of the group that is separated. We've seen, what happened at the cabin, and we are left thinking that one of the main protagonists is now infected with that black goop, and we're not sure whether he killed the family, so he's got that weighing on his conscience. That plays a part. It kind of is all roads lead to one city, one place. We're going to get there, kind of. I don't want to kind of spoil that for you, but all roads have been leading into this one place. Everybody needs to get there. All those that might be the Dragonborn need to get to the Aes Sedai. It's the only place that they can kind of be safe. But in this episode, it's much less action heavy and more character building. We have a lot of consequences because of what has happened in episode 4, where characters are reeling from the death of loved ones, from the consequences of what has happened. There's a lot of fear and there's a lot of sadness. It's a episode that I was quite surprised at how dark they were willing to get, but also spend a lot of time on character development. There is next to no action set pieces in this episode, but the set pieces that we get to see are incredible. The costumes, again, are lavish. There's a couple of extra characters, and one in particular that we are introduced to that I think was fantastically created and done. There's also kind of key moments that are setting up for what's going to happen in 6, 7, and 8. Characters are now coming into their own, and things are happening to our main protagonists that are evolving. We've seen them start to evolve, but now we start to see what that means for them. And it does feel like episode 6 is going to be the one that's going to set everything up. Things will be revealed. I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. I'm going to go and watch episode 6 now. And then 7 and 8 will be the climactic ending for season 1, which I'm guessing they're going to leave us on a cliffhanger, but wrap it up all in all. I liked what they did with this. It's going to leave you feeling a bit sad. The pacing is much slower, but they give us time with the characters. I was surprised. There's a moment, or a good 10 minutes in this episode where I was quite emotionally engaged. That's not to say I wasn't before in the previous episodes, but it was different. It's a different dynamic. There was moments that kind of gut punch you, especially in episode 4. This one, it's a more drawn out, the symbolism of death, the costumes, the culture, all of that is kind of played into this episode, which I think was very well done, very heartfelt, and it's one of the better episodes in really kind of showcasing these characters. But I do feel people are going to go, wow, coming off of episode 4 into this really slowed down pace feels a bit different. But I like where they're going with it. I understand that this is the episode in between episodes. It's not a filler, but it's filling our need to understand what is happening with the story and the characters' background. So where all the characters were all over the place, it's almost coming together now, where we'll see them together eventually. Pretty soon, I think episode 6 thereon, we're going to see the consequences of their battles. Certain characters that we've met, that the light, which are not really the light, the so-called reborn dragonborn Dragon King, all of that is coming to play, and it's all kind of mentioned, and there are little tidbits of information that you can glean, but for the most part is consequences of what has happened in episode 4. So let me know what you think about going into episode 5. I've skirted around the edges of main plot points, but kind of giving you a taster for what you can expect. It's an hour long, so they haven't even, because it's a slower pace, they haven't kind of cut down the timing of that. They've given us a lot of time to kind of spend in this world, get to know those characters, see what's happening with them, maybe glean a few ideas. I've really enjoyed it because it's a different tone, a different pace. I think some people will go negatively towards this episode, but I think it's one of the stronger ones because we're starting to really coming off the back of the consequences and understand what's going on in our story and what will happen in the future. Let me know your thoughts down below. Thanks so much for watching, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.